Good afternoon, everyone. I'm David Booth, the ATF Special Agent in charge here in Colorado. First, I'd like to thank the Aurora Police Department and the City of Aurora for allowing us to use this facility. And we're here today for the presentation of the Department of Justice's Project Safe Neighborhoods Task Force of the Year Award to RAVEN, the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network. Since its inception, RAVEN's demonstrated continual success combating violent crime throughout the metro area, creating safety for our communities. The award's reflective of all the hard work and dedication provided from all of our partner agencies. That work's only part of the equation, though. The successful prosecutions of individuals that bring violence to our communities has been fundamental to RAVEN's effectiveness. U.S. Attorney Jason Dunn has been steadfast in his support of the task force and its goals since the beginning. I believe that support has helped lay the foundation for RAVEN's continued success well into the future, and I'd like to personally thank the U.S. Attorney for that. With that, let me introduce Colorado U.S. Attorney Jason Dunn for the presentation of this award.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you, Special Agent in Charge Booth. Appreciate your partnership and the opportunity to be here today. It's an honor to be here, and I thank those who are here today and those who are joining us virtually for being here. For the past few years, the Department of Justice has held a national conference for its gold standard crime prevention program, Project Safe Neighborhood. That conference identifies and celebrates leading law enforcement efforts across the country that are models of crime prevention and violence reduction. Because circumstances have made it impossible for that conference to go forward this year, I have the honor of presenting one of the awards that would have been presented at the national conference. This is a significant honor. I am presenting the Project Safe Neighborhood Achievement Award for Outstanding Overall Partnership and Task Force. And it's impressive. Only 2 awards are being presented in this category across the country, and one is right here in the District of Colorado. Colorado's Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network, or RAVEN, is a multi-agency task force from 13 different federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies in the Denver metro area, or as Chief Wilson's predecessor used to say, the Aurora metropolitan area. RAVEN's goal is to prevent violent crimes and protect members of our community. You might ask, what's so significant about that? Good question. All the law enforcement agencies represented here have some aspect of this mission in each of the jurisdictions they represent. But RAVEN recognizes that violent criminals often commit crimes across multiple jurisdictions. It is not surprising that violent criminals who are willing to break the law don't stay within a single law enforcement jurisdiction when they commit their crimes. A criminal operating in Aurora in the morning may be in Denver that night and then go back to Aurora the next day. Tracking down that criminal and stopping him or her before their next violent act has long been problematic when criminals operate across jurisdictions, which is what they do in the metropolitan area here. RAVEN solves this problem through structured law enforcement partnerships from each of these member agencies, coupled with a strategic prevention plan and top-notch technology. The goal and the success of this partnership is identifying and disrupting violent behavior before the next victim is injured or killed. RAVEN uses crime gun tracing along with NIBIN, which is the National Integrated Ballistic Identification Network, and human intelligence across the entire metropolitan area. In the past 2 years alone, thousands of firearms have been traced that were used in violent gun crimes. That information gets passed to the members of the task force, which then produces real results. 122 violent offenders were prosecuted in 2019. Another 147 violent offenders were prosecuted this year. These are real results addressing some very serious crimes. For example, during the summer of 2019, RAVEN initiated an investigation into a series of violent armed home robberies in Aurora involving shots fired. Tragically, each robbery culminated with the suspects brutally raping several female homeowners. NIBIN technology linked these assaults and generated investigative leads, enabling RAVEN investigators to identify 4 suspects. Countless hours, multiple surveillance operations, and numerous search warrants all led to bringing these violent criminals to justice. Similarly, during the same time, a group of violent gang members committed a home invasion robbery in a suburb of Denver. As the suspects beat the husband, his wife secretly dialed 911. Police officers were dispatched to the residence. The first officer on scene was shot in the leg and the suspects fled. Raven used NIBIN leads, expert cell phone exploitation, interviews, and search warrants to identify and arrest 4 suspects for the robbery and attempted murder of a police officer. 6 additional suspects who illegally aided the suspects after the fact were also arrested. In addition to these examples, over the last 2 years, approximately 250 firearms have been seized, as well as large amounts of heroin, cocaine, and marijuana. And make no mistake, Coloradans can take comfort that this partnership remains active and ongoing. Within just the last few weeks, Raven's task force agents apprehended 3 individuals accused in a series of armed robberies in Lakewood and Westminster. The perpetrators were later identified in a high-speed pursuit that ended in Arvada. Raven's cross-jurisdictional approach enabled the collection of evidence that led to the arrest of these 3 individuals who come from Denver, Arvada, and La Junta. Thanks to Raven, they're all now charged with using a firearm during a crime of violence. In short, Raven is a model program. It is part of the gold standard of law enforcement relationships that is the hallmark of Colorado law enforcement. And this is making a real difference to our communities. For these reasons, I am proud to be able to bestow upon these fine law enforcement professionals the recognition of being named the Outstanding Overall Partnership and Task Force for the Department of Justice. Congratulations to all the task force members, the ATF, the Aurora Police Department, the Denver Police Department, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, the Lakewood Police Department, the Denver District Attorney's Office, the Colorado Department of Corrections, the Rocky Mountain HIDA, Homeland Security Investigations, and the U.S. Marshals. Thank you all, and congratulations. And now I think we will present the plaque to our Raven director, as well as the chiefs from Aurora and Denver. And I have a letter also from Attorney General William Barr recognizing this award. I'll come around for a quick photo. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody, for coming. Can we applaud ourselves? Are you saying anything else, Dave, or are you good?
I think that's it.
Okay.